In the complex world of humans' interactions, there are a variety of nuanced signals that are frequently ignored, although they can make hidden emotions of these intertwined subtle clues of attraction woven into the fabric of daily existence, and acknowledging them can yield significant perceptions into the actual feelings. And now we'll explore the 7 crucial indicators that point to a lady maybe be covertly drawn to each of you. These indicators are not just coincidental behavior, but is backed up by a lot of psychological studies, and research on these indicators can change your perspective on social exchanges that let you go about connections with increased consciousness and empathy, as if one could decipher these faint hints indicate potential otherwise be ignored, or ignoring this information can empower you to cultivate more meaningful relationships and construct a more significant attraction in relationships is a complicated thing and complex encounter frequently exchanged via a language of non-verbal indicators, and by becoming aware of these habits, signals that you can obtain a more knowledge of the dynamics at work in you relationships that psychologists have long examined, the complex dance of humans, attractiveness revealing trends and actions that persistently point to individuals. These indications of interest are not merely anecdotal findings, although they are supported by scientific investigations, offering a dependable structure for interpreting social signals. The capacity to identify these signals that can improve your social sense, assisting you in responding more skillfully to those in your vicinity. So, how these 7 indicators can be helpful? You interpret the cryptic clues in your exchanges by examining every indication in detail. You'll obtain a more profound understanding. Admiration for human beings' subtleties. Attraction. This excursion into your knowledge of psychology of attraction will equip to identify when a woman is drawn to you in secret, enabling for you to establish a deeper connection first. The persistent look at one of the most revealing indicators that a woman has a hidden affection for you are the enduring glance. This is more than simply a passing glance, but a brief holding of the gaze longer than typical, frequently paired with a specific degree of intensity and warmth. Such a look might have a profound demonstrating a foundation based on the characteristics of human communication. Asian eye contact is an effective strategy in human contact, assisting in the establishment relationships and communicate feelings that words frequently fall short of convey. When a lady keeps her eyes open, contact with you over an extended period of time, it implies that she is considering knowing you more fully and is pulled to you. Psychologists have a lot of experience examined how eye contact plays a part in attraction, discovering that extended eye touch can heighten emotions of closeness and kinship. When someone looks at you, it frequently indicates that they are more engaged and involved, fostering a feeling of intimacy and reciprocal. Realizing this understated but potent a person's sign might disclose a lot about their sentiments and objectives, turning it into a crucial indicator to identify in social relationships. In addition to the persistent, a woman might also use a quick look to express her curiosity without utilizing words in numerous social settings. Manifestations of attraction may include challenging or awkward, but a prolonged look can converse at loudness without requiring speaking. It could be a means for her to determine your response, to find out if you give her back curiosity, and to create a quiet relationship. In addition to the psychological elements are additionally physiological explanations. For a persistent, a quick look is a reliable source of attraction that occurs when we are drawn to someone who causes our pupils to dilate, may unintentionally concentrate more on the "we're interested in this natural individual" reaction is a natural element of the body's expressing curiosity and starting a connection upon observing a woman clutching. Your eyes are more than simply conscious choice she made. Her body is also addressing her emotions of drawbacks from a more realistic perspective. Acknowledging a persistent glimpse can guide you through more circumstances. Essentially, it can provide you with the courage to speak with her or to return the favor by showing her subtle interest in methods that comprehending this indication can also avoid miscommunications or overlooked chances that let you develop more robust and significant relationships. In addition to a lasting glance, is frequently joined by additional silent cues, which could include a small smile, elevated eyebrows, or even a small slant of. These extra messages can reach the head, confirm her interest and assistance once more. You have a greater understanding of her emotions. Obviously, taking note of this, a combination of cues can yield a more thorough comprehension of her attraction. In the end, the residual glance is a potent and complex tool, a symbol of secrecy attraction. It includes psychological aspects that are practical and physiological, making it an important metric to monitor, because by identifying and comprehending an indication that you can learn more deeply, understand a woman's emotions, and maneuver your conversations with more consciousness. Additionally, assurance so that the next time you're in a social situation, focus on the eyes. They may be providing you with more information than you believe that number two's delicate touch in the complex dance of interpersonal relations. The delicate touch acts as an important sign of a woman's attraction when she's not. When drawn to you, she might make small touches that imply coziness and intimacy. These contacts frequently resemble light and succinct, but profound significance in the field of nonverbal touch in communicating is essential. A facet of interpersonal communication, a variety of feelings and intents, from a light touch with a light-hearted pat on your arm. These motions with the shoulder are not just unintentional, but intentional manifestations of interest-based social psychology. Research has demonstrated how touch can improve sentiments of intimacy and trust between four people. It is an effective tool for creating a rapport and creating a relationship that goes beyond statements made with a grim attitude. Realizing the importance of touch conforms to the ideas of consciousness, and Stoicism in mindfulness invites us to being mindful of our feelings and the identifying the nuances of other people's feelings, indicators that show underlying sentiments. When a woman starts a quiet touch, it conveys her feelings at ease and secure in your company. Vital elements of attractiveness, in addition to the significance of touch, transcends its immediate tangible experience that fosters a shared moment, closeness, encouraging a stronger bond between two people, whether it's a comforting, give them a friendly prod, or a pat on the back. Often, motions speak louder than words, can convey that they represent a wish for intimacy and a readiness to make amends the distance between two individuals. Touch has a psychological release of oxytocin, well known as the hormone that bonds. This is essential to the formation of sentimental relationships that this hormone fosters trust and lessens tension, highlighting the beneficial connections produced by physical. When a woman makes physical contact with you, in a subdued yet deliberate manner, it demonstrates her emotional commitment and wish to create a more profound relationship in realistic terms. Understanding the lightest touch can improve your aptitude for reading social cues and react. Consequently, it enables you to return the favor, her desire for a civil and meaningful manner that promotes a mutual comprehension and gratitude. By being aware of these nonverbal cues, that you can interpret social exchanges with increased empathy. Additionally, knowledge to encapsulate the delicate touch is a subtle but effective symbol of secrecy appeal that is beyond language. Expressing feelings and intentions delicately and grace. By recognizing and comprehending this indication, you can expand your comprehension of her emotions and develop a sincere relationship based on mutual inclination as well as respect. Thus be mindful of these actions that could disclose more about her sentiments compared to her. Understands the third unsaid praises in the context of attraction. Subtle affirmations are frequently used as unsaid signs of curiosity when a female is covertly drawn to you. She would say admiration or gratitude in a subdued methods that transcend simple verbal affirmations. These silent praises can be demonstrated by the words she chooses. Voice inflection or her manner recognizes your abilities. Or psychologically, these subtle behaviors complements complete a duel initially. They function as a way of constructing a roof and setting up a favorable relationship by highlighting your advantages or attributes that she abruptly shares with her appreciation and curiosity, generating an advantageous first impression. Followed by these praises can additionally be an indirect communication that enables her to articulate a lure without putting it in words. Social psychology research highlights the importance of subtle praises in social interactions. Dynamics research has demonstrated that encouraging feedback and subtly recognition of a person's attributes might intensify an attraction's sensations. Additionally, appreciation for a woman's compliments, accomplishments, qualities of character, or even modest actions, that she is not merely providing commendation while simultaneously pointing at her gratitude as well as curiosity from a Stoic viewpoint. Acknowledging these silent praises, in line with the values of compassion and Stoicism in awareness, invites us to be attentive to our exchanges and tuned in to other people's feelings. By paying heed to these faint indications, you can acquire a greater understanding of her emotions and goals, supporting a more meaningful relationship founded on reciprocity. Knowing, in addition to the practice of unspoken praise, goes beyond simple words. Gestures are included, statements, as well as nonverbal indicators that express gratitude. A grin and a nod of approval or a kind gesture can convey books describing her allure and gratitude for you. And these subtle communication channels establish a connecting language that strengthens the relationship between two people. In actuality, being open to these silent affirmations permits you to show her attention in return. In an honorable and sincere way, it allows you to recognize her admiration and reply with gratitude, bolstering the emotional relationship between you. By appreciating these subtle ways in which you express attraction, show consideration and sensitivity, attributes that strengthen mutual comprehension and deference. To sum up, the silent affirmations function as subliminal, nevertheless important markers of a woman's covert attraction. They express respect for admiration and curiosity in manners that words by themselves are insufficient. Communicate by acknowledging and comprehending. With the use of these small indications, you can nuances of attraction with knowledge and empathy, creating a bond founded on regards and sincere appreciation, affection. Therefore, take note of these small movements that could disclose her sentiments more poetically than ever, may rank fourth among the captivating. One of the most obvious indicators is dialogue. That a woman has a hidden affection for her willingness to participate in significant talks in which the other party is sincerely interested in you. They usually want to find chances to communicate through conversation that delves deeper than the surface trades. Regarding attraction, these discussions act as a link between greater comprehension and emotional relationship that is mentally stimulating. Talks are a strong predictor. With shared interest and rapport you have with a woman who is drawn to you, she'll probably start or enthusiastically take part in conversations that investigate your ideas, passions, and feels this kind of proactive involvement enables her to learn more about your ideals and personality while expressing her personal viewpoints. And research on emotions in interpersonal communication emphasizes how crucial of insightful conversations in constructing links. Research has indicated that candid and interesting dialogue greatly enhance sentiments of intimacy and desire between those who devote time and vigor when talking about subjects of shared interest, which suggests a willingness to create a significant connection that goes beyond superficial relationships. From a Stoic viewpoint, having lively discussions is consistent with values of morality and comprehension. Stoicism pushes us to participate in intelligent conversation that fosters mutual education and development. By taking involved in important conversations, you treat her with deference. Bonding via intellect and emotions, depending on common interests and values. In addition to these qualities, talks can provide subliminal indications of allure. Observe the tone of her body language, of voice, and the subject matter. She decides to talk about a woman who is drawn to you, can exhibit symptoms of excitement, attentive listening, and a sincere curiosity for your ideas and thoughts. About these nonverbal clues enhance spoken communication, offering further levels of understanding into her sentiments that are practically supportive, and stimulating talks enables you to expand your relationship with her over time, offers a chance to investigate shared passions and personal narratives, and develop emotional intimacy by appreciating these exchanges and expressing her desire in return with sincere interest in and focus on you. Establish the framework for a significant and satisfying relationship. In brief, the existence of having a lively discussion is a woman's hidden symbol attraction. It shows how willing she is to spend money on meaningful conversations that encourage emotional bonding and reciprocal comprehension. By accepting these talks that are transparent, and sincerity allows you to develop a partnership based on common principles, esteem, and sincere love. Therefore, treasure these times of, through communication, they could represent more intense feelings of attraction and sentimental bond. Number 5. The nuanced movements within the complex dance of attraction. Little cues frequently communicate volumes pertaining to unsaid sentiments. When a woman is not publicly drawn to you, she might communicate her feelings through inconspicuous but significant actions that show compassion, kindness, and a yearning for proximity. These actions speak louder than words, providing understanding of her feelings state and her desire to construct a relationship on a psychic level with you. Subtle movements are essential in the impact of nonverbal communication on how people view and react to each other when you find someone attractive. They could make motions like soft touches, light-hearted prods, or considerate actions, such as keeping little things in mind. These are subtle acts about you, signs of her desire and devotion to produce a social psychology. Bond research highlights the importance of signs that are non-verbal in attraction and connection. Building research has indicated that minute gestures, even the most basic ones like a gentle squeeze on the arm or a comforting gesture, can strengthen intimate feelings and relationship between. People use these gestures to communicate empathy, comprehension, and readiness to create an emotional intimacy seen through a Stoic lens, identifying and valuing nuances. Gestures that follow the guidelines of awareness, as well as Stoicism in awareness, invites us to observe and comprehend the feelings and motives for these actions, establishing closer ties based on reciprocal esteem and sincere interest. By recognizing and returning these favors with a cordial and genuineness, you foster a favorable and strengthening of the bond. Dynamic, practically observing delicate movements that enable you to interpret her emotions and react in kindly, observe her interactions with you. In various contexts, and exercise caution. The situation under which these motions happen to a woman who is seen in private, drawn to you, can exhibit symptoms of love, demonstrated through small gestures of benevolence, assistance, or physical proximity, expressing her wish to bolster your bind. In brief, delicate motions act as an effective way to reveal a woman's secret. These non-verbal clues captivate, express her feelings and goals. Giving you insightful knowledge about her sentiments by paying close attention to and adaptable to these motions, you are able to cultivate a closer bond based on exchanged, recognizing emotional closeness and sincere love. Accept these instances of subtle relationship that could indicate an expanding bond and the possibility of a meaningful connection. Ahead of the sixth, tearful transparency, when a lady is drawn to you, one of the indications that frequently shows up as her readiness to elucidate. This is more than just a casual emotional connection. Dialogue, since it goes to a deeper level of disclosing private ideas and emotions and emotional interactions with you. Being open is a crucial sign of confidence and a will to establish a significant psychological degree. Emotional transparency is essential in fostering closeness and fortifying connections. When someone feels drawn to you, they could sense at ease disclosing details of their life that they normally wouldn't reveal to others. This could involve having a conversation about their nightmares are terrorized by previous encounters, or even talking about their vulnerabilities. Studies in social psychology emphasizes how emotional transparency encourages intimacy and improves a connection. Satisfaction. Research has indicated that couples that have deep conversations, talks, and exchange emotions, experiences typically form closer ties and a stronger bond longevity. This transparency fosters a sense of empathy and understanding between parties, essential components for creating a profound relationship. From a Stoic standpoint, accepting emotional transparency is consistent with the fundamentals of genuineness, and Stoic vulnerability pushes us to be sincere in our communication and to develop empathy for other people by making a secure environment for emotional communication as well as attentive listening. Without passing judgment, you exhibit your readiness to comprehend and provide assistance. Her sentimental practically consider how she talks to you. Does she exchange messages, personal tales, or ask for your guidance on delicate topics? She feels at ease, talking about her emotions and communicating them. These are overt indications of her importance, your viewpoint, and has enough faith in you to trust you and suggest a possible enchanting curiosity about concise emotional transparency acts as a potent indicator of a woman's covert attraction, which shows her readiness to establish a stronger bond based on have faith in compassion and understanding by creating a welcoming atmosphere for expressing feelings and returning the favor in a caring manner. Cultivate a deep connection based on sincerity and sentiment, closeness. Savor these times of transparency. They present chances to fortify your relationship and investigate the possibility of a satisfying relationship together. The seventh, respectful. The last indication that a woman is engaged, she might be secretly drawn to you. Polite participation in dialogue additionally exchanges that go beyond simple civility. It entails a sincere curiosity about your ideas, beliefs, and health when a person finds themselves drawn to. They frequently exhibit an elevated degree of deference and thoughtfulness in their courteous exchanges, and active participation can be seen via a variety of actions. For example, she might actively, as you speak, pay attention and keep your eyes on the make touch, and demonstrate genuine interest in your existence and interests. She could recall specifics about you being discussed and bring them up in upcoming discussions, suggesting that she appreciates your ideas and viewpoints that are considerate of psychology. Engagement is an expression of respect, and studies of interest in social psychology imply that people often emulate the actions of people they find appealing, demonstrating reverence and awareness that this behavior fosters a favorable rapport and cultivates a mutual regard and gratitude from a detached perspective. Polite interaction is consistent with the values of morality and interpersonal Stoic ethics, places an emphasis on treating people with honor and decency, irrespective of their position, or by illustrating the connection to us, courtesy in your dealings, and recognizing her emotions and ideas. You establish a basis of reciprocal courtesy and comprehension, practically watch her interactions with you're not the same circumstances in which she takes an active involvement. In discussions, pose meaningful inquire about and express interest in your views. Does she approach you from thoughtfulness and kindness in both personal and public? These actions suggest that she appreciates having you around and values communicating with you more deeply. Lastly, polite interaction acts as a subtle but important sign of a lady's secret attraction. It conveys her respect for it, with a desire to create a significant relationship with you, founded on reciprocal esteem and sincere interaction, by giving something back to awareness, deference, and compassion for you. Establish a nurturing atmosphere for stronger emotional bond and maybe amorous participation. Accept these indications of courteous interaction as a chance to deepen your relationship and investigate the possibility of a happy union to reach a mutually agreed-upon conclusion. These faint indications of attraction may give you the ability to handle relationships with more understanding, and each of these indications, anchored in sensitivity in studies on psychology and Stoic principles, provides an overview of the human language in its subtleties, establishing a connection via identifying and reacting. Considering these indications carefully, you can encourage more meaningful and profound friendships, connections, and reciprocal knowing that relationships are intricate, and these indicators are not indisputable evidence of attraction. In each and every people's actions in context can be impacted by a number of variables. Thus, it's vital to address these insights with compassion and regard, while you make your own exchanges maintain Marcus Aurelius's employment.